ongoing. I've attended several training workshops. The recent convention, as mentioned by Ms. Piñato, I learned to gain a greater appreciation for our school district. I mean this with no disrespect to other school districts, but our school district is different. It's just unique. The staff, the parents, we're just different. We're not like many other districts. Um, I believe our district is based on a foundation of student achievement, student success. Um, the district isn't perfect by no means, but the effort is always there. I want to thank our teachers, our counselors, the admin, transportation, security, nutrition, list goes on. The maintenance, IT staff for being resilient and going above and beyond to make sure that our school functioned every day. My goal this year is to continue to build my relationships with the students and staff, make sure the district is progressing forward. I ran to give people like me, parents like me, a voice, and I look forward to another year of giving us that voice. Real quickly, I recently tried the COVID testing clinic. It was very quick. It was painless. I received the test in a matter of minutes. I just want to encourage our parents, our staff, our students to utilize that resource because it's essentially for all of us. So happy holidays, and that concludes my report. And with that said, we'll be moving on to our student board members. So I would like to request Ms. Navarrete, if you don't mind your report. Thank you.
Good evening, board members, Superintendent Andrus, and community members. My name is Magali K. Navarrete, and I'm your board representative for Central Union High School. During the month of November, our ASB focused on the season of giving. Central's ASB had started granting winter wishes in accordance with our Winter Wish campaign. We also held a video game competition with the ARC program that ended with great success and much participation from the student body. Recently, as a part of our student voice projects, our ASB held a Stress Less Week, which held the purpose of releasing stress from our students a week before finals, through having activities every day of the week, along with spirit days and treats. On Monday, we had our Do Not Worry, You Got This, which consisted of blowing bubbles in the quad and enjoying a donut. As for Tuesday, You Are Such a Smarty, our activity allowed students to chalk the quad and have some Smarties. On Wednesday, If You Give a Spartan a Cookie, our ASB handed out cookies in the quad and had bubble wrap for students to pop their troubles away. As for Thursday, Coco Come Get Your Hot Cocoa, we also held our winter carnival and handed out hot chocolate for students to enjoy with the carnival games. Lastly, Friday, Pop, Block, and Drop It consisted of holiday karaoke and handing out lollipops. This project received amazing feedback and much participation, leaving our students asking for more in the future. I would also like to highlight how in the past week our senior English classes received the opportunity to speak with author and Rwandan genocide survivor John Celestine Lakin. Many students felt inspired and enjoyed speaking with Miss Lakin and felt it was an unforgettable experience. Lastly, during our monthly Spartan Senate meeting, there was much concern about the blocked off hallway that has been occupied by construction work near the football field, leaving many students whose classes are on the trailers to be late, as well as the concern of when the nutritional vending machines will be available for use. Our fall athletics have ended and our winter sports have begun, with tryouts ending in November and sports such as boys and girls basketball, boys and girls soccer, and wrestling beginning their seasons this month. I would also like to congratulate our cheer team as they placed runner-up in CIF. Our future sports events include December 15th Varsity's boy basketball at 7 p.m., December 17th Varsity girls soccer at 5 p.m., Our future ASB events include Winter Wish campaign from November to January and the sock drive with ARC until December 15th. I thank you for your time tonight and remind everyone to follow Central's ASB on our social media accounts at CUHS_updates on Instagram and CUHS Spartans on TikTok. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Navarrete, for your report. We'll now move on to Southwest, Ms. Lara.
Okay. Good afternoon. My name is Rihanna Sofia Lara, and I'm the school board rep from Southwest High School. So starting with our ASB committee, our PR committee that is responsible for our social media has been really successful in promoting our school events, such as updates in our English country. Our first Powder Puff game since 2 years ago took place in our field On November 10th, our seniors and juniors girls play against each other, and our boys being our cheerleaders. And the score turned out to be a tie, 40 with 40. On November 11th, we honor and thank all the veterans who served our country, and most advisories went outside campus, and we gave out mini American flags. We planned a 2021 Social Awareness Week. It took place in November 15 throughout November 19. This year's theme was Be a Better You, and the target is the importance of students staying motivated as well as focusing on positive, purpose-driven actions by centering on self-awareness and performing inner strength. On Monday, we had Selfie Confidence Monday, and we united with HOSA and Link Crew. On Tuesday, we had Grounded in Goal Setting, and it was to establish short-term and long-term goals. We had our Okie Dokie Karaoke Wednesday, and it was having the ability to express and recognize creativity demonstrates valuing the talents of one another. We had Chill with Kyle Shaley on Thursday, and it was a better you is understanding the power of one person. And we scheduled a motivational speaker to represent this message to SHS students and faculty also. And then on Friday, we have a peer bonding painting. We collaborated with our peers and embraced being the best version of yourself, honoring the notion that ASB in Culinary Arts hosted a group painting project in our nest lawn, and students went by and grabbed lunch and created some art. So after our Thanksgiving break, we had our Holiday Spirit Week that was from December 6th throughout the 10th. We had our Ugly Sweater Monday that we rocked our ugliest Christmas sweaters around campus. Our Holiday Head to Toe Tuesday, we wore our special holiday gear. Winter Wonderland, that we made our campus Winter Wonderland by dressing all white. The night before Christmas, Thursday, we show off our comfiest Christmas Eve PJs, and Flannel Friday. Flannel Friday, we wore our favorite flannel to celebrate the holidays. On Friday the 10th, we recognized our Teacher of the Week. It was Miss Ramirez. On Friday the 10th, we also had lunchtime activities in both our lunches. It was Pin the Red Nose on the Reindeer and Santa. We gave out candy bags to our winners. We gave out candy bags to our teachers that have a December birthday too on Friday the 10th. Finals are taking place this week on Thursdays, the 16th and 17th of December, and ASB is giving out positive and holiday spirit stickers to keep our students in the Christmas holiday spirit and to stay positive throughout our finals. In our athletics committee, such as winter sports have started, such as wrestling, basketball, girls and boys, soccer, girls and boys, and have started. I would like to thank and congratulate our girls varsity cheerleading team for winning first place on our CIF and qualify for CIF state. Our HOSA program, they've been collaborating and doing gingerbread houses competitions. They've been continuing with Mindful Monday and Wellness Wednesday. They have been doing flu vaccine clinics, blood drive, and those are like one of the big projects they have. Preparing for state leadership conference competition with students. They've been receiving more than 600 in grants from IVROP, and they were involved in the Imperial Christmas Parade by specifying CPR to the crowd. They have continued to create significant positive impact on campus, providing impactful mental health awards insight to students. Our FFA team tonight, they're hosting their annual FFA Winter Banquet to celebrate their members' accomplishments. El Centro FFA has also numerous members participate in a variety of competitions. These competitions includes BIG, Best Informed, Green Hand, Creed, and Impert. El Centro FFA has also the process of preparing livestock projects for this upcoming fair, where their members will be able to showcase their hard work to the community. Our culinary arts have been catering FFA banquet tonight. They have introduced their holiday drinks, they've been catering holiday parties, and they keep working with Cafe 56. Our Sabapa Theater had their Almost Main show on Friday the 3rd and Sunday 4th of December, and our Sabapa Dance had their first show of the year presenting the Sabapa Express from December the 10th throughout the 12th. Our Avid Club had a movie night that was planned on November 18th, and it was an outdoor sit-down free snacks and drinks, and it was open to the public. Our Link Crew members are planning, and they've been doing Friday freshman advisory classes, as well as lunchtime activities/games. They have raised around 45 pairs of socks for our sock drive, and they have been writing thank you letters for our school counselors. Our academic club has been preparing for competition, which is occurring in February. They've been planning fundraisers as Krispy Kreme and car washes in order to fund for their club, and they have been creating annual shirts for the club to dedicate to their members. Our Key Club is currently planning to do Secret Santa for the foster children on our campus. They have ordered sashes for their senior members who have completed at least 10 hours of community service, and they've been planning on potentially giving students hot cocoa and donuts during final season. Our IB program. Our year 2 IB seniors students have completed the first part of their IB English exam, their individual oral exam, from November 30 to December 9th, and I would like to congratulate them because they did a really good job on their oral exam. And our orchestra has a show on Saturday 18th at 7 p.m. in our Jimmy Cannon Theater. And I would like to thank all of you and to make sure to follow us on our social media, Southwest ASB, on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. Thank you so much for your time and support.
Thank you, Ms. Lara. We'll now move on to Desert Oasis. Ms. Gutierrez.
Good evening, Dr. Andrews, board members, CUHSD staff, and all those in attendance. Thank you for having me today. Since the last time we met, we had many things going on at our school. First, we had volleyball tournaments with advisory classes. Not only did Dio participate, we also included Phoenix Rising. We had them play for about 2 weeks, and the volleyball tournament champions got a prize. We gave them chips and like soda, something to drink. On November 11th, we had a Vietnam Memorial wall passed by our school. That day, we had students dress up with red, white, and blue. Also, our ASB did some posters for our veterans, thanking them for their service. For seniors that are graduating this December, they've been having meetings with IVC to get registered for the classes, to get mentoring, and they also have been meeting with the counselors, recommending classes. Also, our ASB has been meeting with the seniors, talking about senior activities and about having a ceremony. They decided they wanted a fall ceremony, which is happening tomorrow at Desert Oasis. The art program has been helping us out with the seniors with senior portraits and purchasing our cap and gowns for us, and also they have been helping with decorations. They have been a big support for us. This week we are having a Winter Spirit Week, which is very Christmas spirit. Students who participate in our Spirit Week will be featured on our dohs.asb Instagram page. This is all my report for today, and I want to thank you. Also, since it's my last board meeting, I want to thank you all for letting me represent my school. Have a great night.
Thank you, Ms. Gutierrez. With that said, we'll be moving on to Dr. Andrus for the superintendent report.
So thank you, Mr. Rodriguez, for the opportunity to share some working of the district. I just want to comment really quick because I noticed Dulce's shirt, it says ASB. We relaunched the ASB for Desert Oasis High School. That had been missing for quite a few years, so we're glad to see the students self-organize and take the lead of lots of activities. Like their counterparts at our other schools, we have all the wonderful activities happening at our schools. It sounds really like a normal school year in many respects. So as a matter of fact, when I was visiting classrooms today, I talked to students at both Southwest and Central High School. Other than seeing masks, there's very little, you don't hear students talk about the pandemic or things like that. On occasion, students are out sick, but the focus and the energy really is around what I talked to students about, which was, it's finals this week, I got to get my grades up and what's going on. And then whatever's happening on the phone is always pretty social. So there was lots of just regular student engagement we saw. As we turn the calendar page to 2022, it really feels like we're really kind of we're still chugging back to normal. We kind of turn the corner here a little bit. But it's a new normal. So again, visiting classrooms today, in almost every classroom I visited, Chromebooks are open, work is happening, presentations are happening. So we're taking advantage of some new tools and new learning that we have. There's also a really tremendous focus around student well-being and how we're doing in terms of mental health. It's something we never really addressed before very formally. And at all of our schools, it's now a formal part of the conversation. We're delighted to announce that we are contributing to and taking part with the county's mental health grant that was received. And starting in January, we will have mental health workers on all of our campuses available to our students. That's in addition to our already counseling services. We'll have other folks who are mental health workers working specifically at our school sites. The county provided us one, but through the ESSER plans and our additional state and federal money, we were able to add to that and add more staff. So we're excited about that. I'm sure everyone is aware that the state of California is returning to masks indoors in all settings, not just schools. That takes place tomorrow. And so we're all pretty used to wearing masks, especially our students and teachers. That's a common practice, but it returns in all different areas, at least through January 15. On October 1, the governor did announce the vaccine mandate for employees and students, but what's very unclear is the timeline. What we're learning through the process is, though we made the announcement in October, it is most likely that vaccine mandate for students and employees will not take place until sometime in 2023. The legislation will pick up work now and decide if they're going to make rules and when those things will happen, and so that does feel like that is still a ways off for that mandate to happen. However, we are going to proceed in the month of February and in the spring with vaccine clinics on campus so that those who want to get the vaccine, who haven't had a chance yet, can do that. And we'll participate with the Imperial County Department of Health. Will help us facilitate those vaccine clinics, similar to what we had done in the fall. And regarding education services, as Dulce mentioned, tomorrow is a fall graduation ceremony at Desert Oasis High School at 3 p.m. They're getting set up, and I'm glad we didn't put the tents up. They would have been blown away. So that'll be tomorrow. Finals are Thursday and Friday. It's minimum day schedule at our schools. Parent University. We launched Parent University this last fall. We had 70 people sign up, and about 36 actually completed all 16 hours of instruction on digital literacy. And so coming in January is another Parent University, another 16 hours of training on social and emotional wellness, which I wish I would have had this as a parent. All of my kids are grown. I think it would have come in really handy because I think I missed a couple of things with my kids. And so it's a wonderful opportunity for parents to get training on how do I help my kids with their own social and emotional well-being. So we encourage folks, and it's hitting our social media. It's on our Parent University webpage, on the district webpage. Our STEM building, again, we were hopeful that they would be completed, but we had a lot of challenges bringing our utility lines and all those things together, which delayed other areas in terms of concrete and pavement. And then delivery of technology has been an issue. Those things are now making good progress, and we think things are going well there. As a matter of fact, just today, all of the concrete work in the amphitheater was completed, and all those seat walls, the memorial wall has been completed. Landscaping is literally falling right behind with finished landscape work even today. All the furniture has been installed. The elevator is now legal and operational, and we're working on, again, the network systems, phones, those types of things are still being programmed. And so we'll have all of that still is underway. We don't have a date yet for a public ribbon cutting ceremony or tours, but we do have a plan for that, and a formal announcement will come in a few weeks once we return in January. I want to share one last item here, and that's everyone seems to have an official day. Okay, everyone has a day. There's like National Donut Day and Puppy Dog Day, and there's Day of the Teacher, and there's Day of the Counselor, there's Day of the Principal, but there is nowhere is there a National School Board Day. So everyone seems to have a day, but there are nothing even a state or at the national or state level for Board Member Month. So I'm joining a few other superintendents from around the country and declaring January officially as Board Member Appreciation Month in our district. So I'm going to read the following proclamation, and board members, you have a copy in your black folder. So for the Central Union High School District, I hereby make the following proclamation, declaring and proclaiming January 2022 as School Board Member Recognition Month. Whereas the governance of local school districts by citizen boards is a basic tenet of American democracy. The delegation of responsibility for education to the state and subsequently to local school districts as agents of the state place local school boards as critical linchpins in the system. School board members are elected to sit in trust of their diverse communities, and in that capacity are charged with meeting the community expectations and aspirations of the public education of their children. And whereas school board members are responsible for providing leadership that ensures clear, shared vision of public education for their schools, that set high standards for the education of all students, and requires the effective and efficient operation of their districts. And whereas school board members are entrusted with the guardianship and wise expenditure of scarce tax dollars, they are responsible for operating, maintaining, and preserving the school buildings, grounds, and other areas of the school district that the community has put their trust. And whereas the school board members adopt policies and give voice to that leadership and employ a superintendent to administer board policy, they are also responsible for regular monitoring of the district's performance and compliance with policies. And whereas the men and women elected to the school board positions deserve recognition and thanks for their countless hours of volunteer service to public education and their children and community. Now, therefore, I, Dr. Ward Andrus, Superintendent of Schools, do hereby declare my appreciation to the members of the Central Union High School District School Board and proclaim the month of January 2022 as School Board Recognition Month in the Central Union High School District and its neighborhoods. I urge all citizens to join me in recognizing the declaration and hard work of local school board members and in working to mold an educational system that meets the needs in both today's and tomorrow's children. Thank you for your service, and thank you for all that you do as board members, and we will recognize you weekly throughout the month of January. So thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Andrus.
And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Dr. Andrews. Okay, we'll now move on to recognition of Trustee Jones.
So board members, we appreciate Ms. Jones and all of her many years of service on the board, but especially this last year. If we stop to think about it, we started this meeting this year in 2022 online, and then we moved to the theater, and we slowly moved back to here. And so we want to thank Ms. Jones for her years of service, this year of service as president.
Thank you, Ms. Jones, for all you do. We'll continue with the recognition of retired classified employees.
So thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. We'll actually start with recognizing, and I don't know who all is here to do the recognition. I have one. We're going to start with recognizing Alejandro Urbelejo, who is not here tonight. Is our staff here who's going to read this one? Yes. Martine? Or is it Erica? Okay, Martine, I think you're up. He forgot his glasses.
Sorry about that. I can go get them very quickly.
Nah, we're okay. Thank you. So we recognize our staff and the great work that we've done. Alejandro Urbelejo, or this is from her supervisor, Norma, or as I would call him, Urba, started off as just an hourly worker. He's eventually moved to full-time, working both breakfast and lunch prep and register service. He connected with students, and those students became his repeat customers throughout the school years because they enjoyed his cheerfulness. Alejandro moved at his own pace, always calm and collected. God is a very big part of Alejandro's life. He would often share his faith and life experiences with staff, sharing funny memories and stories that would often make him think and reflect on his life. We would often tease him about how picky he was with food at our breaks, making sure his tortillas were cooked extra crunchy, removing the chicken part of the popcorn chicken, or leaving the frosting on the cakes. He is going to be missed, and he'll have a huge gap in our department. But I think what we miss most is him coming every morning and hearing him say to me, "Buenos dias, Cte." So in recognition of Mr. Urbelejo, 24 years of service in our food services program, we want to wish him the best. So I want to thank Mr. Urbelejo. Our next one is Margarita Mesa. I believe Mr. Lyon is going to speak regarding Ms. Mesa.
I know that, as we call her, Maggie is not here today, but we did want to kind of congratulate her on her opportunity to go into retirement and become a full-time grandmother. So she's very excited about that. She I think it's over 35 years. Is that Dr.
31.
31 years. Spent 31 years in the district. She worked as an instructional aide with our special ed students. It takes a special person to do what she does, and the way she interacted with her students, with the teachers, and the staff is unmatched. And we're greatly going to miss her. But like I said, we want to congratulate her on the opportunity to be a full-time grandma and take care of her grandkids. She's excited. She was excited about that. Her last day was a couple of weeks ago, and so we wished her well on the intercom, and we hope that she's enjoying life.
So you retire, you get really nice plaques. Our last person I'd like to recognize is Miss B. Mora, and I believe B is here. Yes? Yes. There she is. B, come on up. So I have to sit and read this, though. So August 1994, B is when she started with us. She's been a bus driver, mechanic helper, and warehouse and transportation department for 27 years and 4 months. She shares with us that she has 2 daughters and a son, 5 grandsons, and 3 granddaughters. Blessed to have them all. Hobbies are, it sounds great, following my grandkids from one place to another, gardening, loving the backyard, and traveling. She wants to continue following their grandkids and their events, their sports, their places, cooking breakfast burritos, lunch and dinner, and every Sunday and spoil them. Travel to different places with my awesome group of friends and even some CSCA friends too. Continue to stay busy with them. Something interesting, she says. I started at Central Cafeteria in 1994, quickly graduated to security for 10 years. In 2002, the district gave the opportunity to train as a bus driver, and in 2006 became a full-time bus driver for now. That is a lot of bus trips. She's been very involved with CSCA, representing over 200,000 members as she sits on State Board of Directors representing the Imperial Valley and San Diego area. Over 17 years, she's been honored to represent the district employees along with our negotiation team, and district managed to negotiate over 100% salary increases, health benefits, and a lot more for our members. Her true love, though, is being with kids and grandkids and the calling that I want to follow and dedicate myself to them. So B says, I truly want to thank the district and our members for such an excellent opportunity to have shared all these 27 years. Thank you, B, for all you've done.
Yeah, if you want to say something, Ms. Mora, the floor is yours. Okay.
I remember you when I was at Central.
Oh, Lord. I do want to say something. It took a couple of hours and a couple of weeks and months to decide. And I think the calling was really strong. When you have 8 grandkids, you want grandma, grandma, grandma. It's time. It's time. I'm very thankful to the district for the opportunity, Supervisor Martin, and everybody at Central and overall, Central School District. It's always been a pleasure. My heart has always been here. I graduated from Central. I'm not going to tell you the year.
I can.
She was one of my PE teachers. And it was not a plan. It was God sent. It happened. And I'm very, very happy and humbled to say that I came into the greatest family ever, which was Central. And they treated me with great respect. It's a great honor to have served our members for 17 and a half years, and it's time for the youngins to step in and do their part. Done my duty. I'm very proud that what we accomplished, and I'm not going to say it's just a solo accomplishment. It was the whole negotiating team with CSEA, the district, because if the district didn't want to say yes, we wouldn't go anywhere, right? But we've always been able to work together, and for that I'm very, very thankful. I think I went through 10 different superintendents, and now it's my turn. Thank you so much, everybody, and good night.
Thank you.
Happy
Thank you.
holidays.
Okay, with that said, we will now move on to the recognition of our Central Union High School District Varsity Girls Volleyball team.
Mr. Rodriguez, unfortunately tonight they're not able to attend due to some scheduling conflicts and participants in other sports, so we'll have to reschedule for another time. But we are prepared to recognize them.
Okay.
And also, as mentioned with the folks from Southwest, the cheer team, we'll do a similar recognition in the future.
Okay. Sounds great. Sounds like a plan. We will now move on to the Student of the Month recognition with our principals. We'll start with Principal Lyon. Thank you.
All right, good evening. It's always an honor to be able to honor some of our students. At Central, we do it by departments. And so our math department, our first student of the month is Lorenzo Valenzuela. Come up here, Lorenzo. Mrs. Higgins indicates Lorenzo excels in accelerated geometry with an A+ grade and is great with helping others understand the materials. So congratulations. He is in the robotics club, Frosh basketball, and he says when he wants to grow up, he wants to be an engineer. So he's at the great place because we have a wonderful engineering program that I'll be talking about a little bit later. So congratulations, Lorenzo. Thank you. Our next student of the month is from our fine arts, and this is Elisa Alba Lucero. There's Elisa. Congratulations. So this is, her teacher says that she has a can-do attitude. She has taken on every challenge in ceramics and has done an amazing job. She has discovered a talent that she had never knew she had. In her first year of ceramics, she has completed all assignments with creativity, craftsmanship, far beyond her expectations. She is an excellent student. And her goal, she's in the athletic club, softball club, winter ball. She participates in the art program. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Next student is from Fine Arts, and that's Carly Quintana. And it says, teacher Mr. Gady says, I'm recommending Carly as a student of the month in my beginning guitar and chorus classes because of her commitment to excellence, not only in the classroom, but towards others. She completes her work in a timely manner, preserves her perseveres when facing with challenges, and gives her best effort in the classroom. She is respectful to her peers and to her teachers. She assists her fellow students when needed. Her current grade in beginning guitar and chorus reflects her efforts, and I'm thankful for the work to work with her in classroom. Congratulations, and those who support her for a job well done. Keep it up. Thank you. And our last with the math department is Manuel Chi Nogueron. And teacher indicates, he's coming over here. Didn't see you over there. A little delayed. Congratulations. So it says, Manuel is very proactive, responsible, and a dedicated student. He is always willing to help others, super proud of his accomplishments. Congratulations. And he indicates, he's in the robotics club, indicates that he came to the country because he wants to be an aeronautical engineer. Again, our engineering program. So congratulations. And that's all for us.
Thank you, Principal Lyon. We'll now continue with the recognition. Mr. Phillips or Ocampo? Rock, paper, scissors.
Good evening, board members. Good evening, parents. We have two students for Desert and Phoenix Rising. So our first student is Oscar Felix. Oscar is a student in Phoenix Rising. He likes to go fishing, dirt biking, and enjoys, the quads. We were talking about it this afternoon, where he was telling me that he learned to play the guitar by reading guitar books and watching YouTube videos. And I was sharing with him that yes, I've learned also things, watching YouTube videos, how to lay out floors, during the summer, which I find it very interesting that he's learned how to play the guitar. He also sings and plays the drums at his church. His plans are to return to Southwest and graduate from there. He's thinking about going to college, but also construction. He said that he has a little bit of passion about construction because it runs in the family. So, so Oscar, you're the student of the month for Phoenix Rising. Congratulations. I believe the other student is not here, but I'm still gonna, mention his recognition. The next student, he is a sophomore there at Desert Oasis. His name is Luis Antonio Padilla. Oh, you're here. Okay. Because I was told that you weren't gonna come, but okay. So Luis is here. Okay. So Luis is a sophomore at Desert Oasis. He has all A's, mostly A's there at Desert Oasis. His teachers talk very highly of him. He's a very polite young man. He's involved there at school. I mean, he is there at school all the time, So again, Luis, we want to congratulate you as, part of Desert Oasis, and your teachers have, chosen you as being student of the month for December. Congratulations. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Principal Ocampo. And last but not least, Southwest, Principal Phillips.
Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez.
You're welcome.
All right. Our first student of the month is Danielle Osterman. Come on up, Danielle. Danielle is an avid reader and writer. She likes to write song lyrics and poems in her free time. She's also a competitive swimmer, and she has participated in swimming leadership camps. Her future plans are she intends to swim for Southwest High School and make it to CIF. She also plans to join ASB later in high school. She's undecided at this time what she'll do beyond high school, but she's considering majoring in biology. Keep in mind she enjoys music, and she would love to explore a career in production or the business side of music. So, Danielle, I have a feeling you will be successful in all of your endeavors. Congratulations. Keep up the great work. Our sophomore student of the month is Marisol Fuentes. Marisol? Okay, hopefully they're watching at home. Marisol is into speech and debate. She's a member of the, come on up. Oh, I'm sorry. She's right. Her mom isn't student of the month. This is Marilyn Zavala. I'm so sorry. Okay, so let me start again. Our sophomore student of the month is Marilyn Zavala. She is, in fact, into speech and debate. She's a member of the Key Club. She was a sophomore class president, and she participates in the Southwest High School Guards and Flags. She wants to graduate college and university. She's still undecided what career to follow, but she's leaning towards the medical field. Congratulations, Marilyn. Keep up the great work. All right. Our junior is Evangelina Rubalcaba. All right. She is participating in volleyball, track, ASB, and she also was the sophomore vice president. She plans on attending a university to study science, and her goal is also to work in the medical field. So continued success and congratulations, Eva. Congratulations. You get this. Way to go.
Thank you.
And our senior is Janelle Jeffries. Janelle is the Interact Vice President. She's the Band Club President. She participates in track and field, and she's a member of the Concert and Marching Band. She plans on attending a four-year university to major in psychology and then become a clinical social worker to assist young children. So Danielle and family, hope you're watching at home. Congratulations. Okay. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Principal Phillips. We will now move on to the CUHS showcase with Principal Lyon.
Okay, what I want to do is just take just a little bit of time to talk about our, obviously we're working our way to get into the STEM building. And when we get into the STEM building, we want to kind of highlight a couple of the programs that we've started to kind of lead us into that. And that's with our Project Lead the Way. It's our engineering and biomedical pathways that we started 2 years ago, and we're working our way into that. So let's see, this is just to give you a little bit about our engineering pathway that is taught by Mr. Ortiz. Goal is obviously to expand the program and get another instructor as we move forward. This is a 2-year pathway, and then it's the potential to grow to 3rd and a 4th year in the future. But our classes that we have right now is our Essential Engineering, which is a concentrator course. This course, obviously, the students have the opportunity to explore the breadth of the engineering careers and opportunities to solve engineering and challenging real-world problems. And you'll get to see that they're basically getting introduced to the program to decide kind of where they want to go in the future, because there is going to be, hopefully, when we build the program in the next 3 to 4 years, it'll have an opportunity to split off, because the goal of a CTE pathway is to have 2 years in a CTE pathway. You can have 3 or 4 years if you want to extend it, especially depending on the student's desires as they work through. But really, they're looking through concentrator course and a capstone course. And the concentrator course is usually that initial course that they're going to do, to work into it. And that's why we're using the Essential Engineering. And then this year, we've added Civil Engineering and Architect, which is our capstone course, that students can complete their 2 years. And then, as we said, if we want to add a different one, we can add a second capstone course so students would have choice, or they could take 3 years of the program. In the Civil Engineering Architect, the students will learn the fundamentals of building design, site design, and development. Students will learn how our engineers work by applying math and science and using 3D architectural design software to design both residential and commercial projects. And you can see, obviously, as a STEM building, we're going to have an engineering lab, and the students will be able to use all of this software that they would use in a regular engineering business. So it's exciting for a student to be able to see exactly what they will be doing in the future as they work through the program. So this is our engineering pathway. You can see that we put a bunch of pictures up here that just show that the students are working on a lot of hands-on projects to show the strength of different things, the buildings, how they would set up using their computers, and then creating some of the designs, at least at this point. When we get into the STEM building, they're also going to be able to use the software to do the same things and check different things with that. So this just gives a little bit of seeing the students, because it's a very interactive course, hands-on. With our biomedical, we have our biomedical pathway. Right now we have Dr. Rueda and Mrs. Quintero that are the instructors. It is a 3-year pathway right now. 2 courses currently, with the additional course in the future is what we're looking to add at the end. At this point right now, we have Principles of Biomedical Science, and that's the introductory course. This analyzes the evidence found at a crime scene and helps the medical examiner uncover clues left on the body to solve a mystery, question, diagnose, and propose treatments, care for patients in a family medical practice, track down sources of mysterious outbreaks at hospitals, so analyze and stabilize patients during an emergency. So what this is doing is giving them all kinds of ways of looking at how the medicine aspects of it and the science of medicine can help students kind of explore different ways. And so that is our introductory course. What we've then added now is human body systems, which is a concentrator course. And then the capstone course will be the medical interventions that will be added hopefully next year. But you can see in the human body systems, this is where students will examine and the interactions of the human body system as they explore, identify power, movement, projection, and so on of the body. It'll build organs. So all of these things are going to be done, and we have the ability to do that. As I said, as we move into the building, we're going to have a Animatage. I'd say it better because I always Animatage. There you go. We have this Animatage table, and this is what the students are going to be able to use at different times. And you can see that this is the only fully segmented real human 3D autonomy system. Users can visualize the anatomy exactly as it would on a fresh cadaver. Individual structures are reconstructed in accurate 3D, resulting in unprecedented levels of real, accurate autonomy, and so on. And so our students will be able to use these things when they get into the program. So they're going to have, again, a lot of hands-on activities that really will show them what they want, what they would be doing if they choose this career in the future. So we're excited about these two CTE programs and where it's going to take us, because there's, we have a solid program right now, but there's ability to grow in different directions based on the needs of our students and the desires of our students. Similar to the engineering the engineering pathway, we surveyed our students to determine what was their next steps, and that's what they chose. Is they chose to go into the civil engineering aspects of it. But we have the ability to go to aeronautical engineering and so on. So these are the couple of programs that we wanted to kind of highlight, at least basic information about our pathways, the two new pathways at Central that are going to really expand when we get into the STEM building. So any questions about our CTE programs? Okay, I wanted to give just a brief thing about our Reading Plus. I brought this up 2 years ago, and I wanted to kind of come back to it. I'm going to kind of go through some things a little bit quicker. But what we did with our Reading Plus is that we wanted to make sure that we implemented a program and then used the data to determine if we wanted to continue with the program. And so at this point, the reason that we did this is that our English language arts, we do have high scores, but there's room for improvement, always. And we went from 65 down to 60, up to 62. But we want to continue to see growth. And the areas that we want to do that is through a school-wide writing program and then a reading program. So a combination of both. We've started a school-wide reading program 3 years ago. It was difficult last year when we went into distance learning, but we're continuing to bring that along. And then we wanted to find ways to support the reading aspects of it. The goal of Reading Plus is that this is each student gets to determine their own levels based on an assessment at the beginning of the year. And then they track their work through a program that's all on the computer. And it's individualized for each student. And so depending on what they do or how many lessons they learn, they can have growth. Because the goal is we want to see them improve their reading levels by the end of the year. And so you can see in the fall of 2019, 82% of the students assessed were reading one or more grade levels below their reading level. So it is important that we used it. And the same thing in 2021, 84% of the students assessed were reading one or more grade levels below. Remember, that's after distance learning. So we knew that this was something important. With that being said, we went school site council, our English department, we talked to our staff. We found out ways that we were thinking, how can we implement this program and be successful with it? Because it can't be a program that is small. And because in the beginning, all we did is that we reached out to a few teachers, and they started the program in their class and then in advisory. What we needed to do is that based on our benchmark, 41% of our 1,700 students assessed were reading below 5 grade levels or more, with only 8% of that grade levels at 10% or above. So in September, we had another group to pilot our program. We started with 120 students. You can see it by October, we increased to 427. By the end of the pilot, the data was presented to our school site council and staff. And at the end of the 3 months, the average level of gain was about 0.8, which is 8 months, and then up to 1.7, which is 1 year, 7 months. Grade levels gained. The Reading Plus program then completed a survey, made some recommendations to move on. School site council said, we're going to buy it again for the next year. Unfortunately, distance learning happened. We did, go with the fact that we increased some students. So 388 students were assessed. Only 7% were at the reading level, 18% above grade level. And then we came back and said, okay, we're back after distance learning. We knew that there was a gap. We got to fill that gap. What we decided is that our team supported the efforts to implement Reading Plus during the advisory period. So now, whether it's 2 days a week, 3 days a week, or depending on, some teachers might do 4 or 5 days a week, our team welcomed and supported the implementation. The English department provided the instructional time for students to complete the initial assessment benchmark. Currently, Central team encourages students to work on the Reading Plus during advisory. With that, here's what we're looking at as of right now. So in the fall of 2019, the reading levels gained were from 8 months to 1.7 year, or 1 year, 7 months. In the fall of 2020, the reading levels gained went from 1 month up to 4 years and 1 month. And right now, during this time period, and this is based on the students and what they do, we have reading levels gained from 2 months for the beginning of the year all the way up to 6 years of grade levels gained. And that depends on the student and how many. The student that had 6 years improvement in his grade levels, he's probably put in 80 hours of time on Reading Plus. Reading Plus is not just for advisory. Students can do it at any time. They can get included into the Reading Plus at any time, at any place, so they don't have to do it just during advisory. So this is what we're looking at right now. If you look at all of it, we had about 538 students active in 2019. We dropped down to 247 during distance learning. At this point right now, we're at 1,458 students. And you can see that in just half a year, we have, on average, all of the students have increased their reading level by 8 months. Hopefully by the end of the year, that will continue to grow. You can see last year it was just at about 9 because of distance learning. So we're going to follow this, and we'll continue to bring information back to you to show you the end results. But as I said, it varies on students. And what we do is we provide incentives. We have a monthly Reading Plus incentive advisory get-together where we provide some food, refreshments, and then we do some drawings for incentives for those students that read at least 10 lessons at 80% proficiency rate or higher. And that's it for our, and the one thing about Reading Plus is that what we like about it is that if a parent is wondering what we're doing during advisory, we can always tell them, we can give you all the information. They can access and see how their student is doing in Reading Plus. So if they want to know if their student is taking advantage of that opportunity, because it is expected in a lot of the classes, 3 to 5 days, they should be able to go, okay, are you using that time wisely? Because this is something that will benefit them academically. Any questions? Yes.
Go ahead, Ms. Jones.
What's the measurement tool they use?
The what's that?
Measurement tool.
The measurement, they have an assessment that they take at the beginning of the Reading Plus program, and it assesses their reading level and strength, and then it will determine what level they should begin at. The one thing about the program too is it gives choice. So they have a lot of choices of what their topics, articles they want to read, and so it's used. And then what we're doing at the beginning of second semester is we're going to do our second assessment to determine how much growth, and then should they move up in their levels.
No, I think this is awesome, Mr. Line. It reminds me of like kind of what I used in Sunflower, the STAR testing,
Mhm.
and the benchmark tests, and then we have Freckle, and then they have their adapted grade levels. I guess my question was because I noticed since it's high school, it's more independent,
Mhm.
right? And with the elementary level, we have like interventions or the multi-tier systems of support, right? Some interventions. So I was just wondering, with these levels, do the English teachers get the levels as well, and then do they adapt some of, like, let's say for example, if somebody scores 5th grade level, do they adapt their lessons to help accommodate the student that's at a 5th grade level?
Yeah.
Or do they have that access to it?
Well, yes, all of
Okay.
the teachers, the advisory teacher and the English teacher has the ability to check the students' levels and scores. So that would help them in their regular class. But also, this program varies based on the level of the student. As they increase, it increases the challenges with that. But obviously, the information, and that's why we thought this program was, because STAR testing, which is great, it gave you the ability to show their reading level. We wanted a program that then could follow that student where the teacher doesn't have to adjust all the time and everything, but they could if they're looking at their level. Because if I know all of my students are 5 levels behind their reading level, I need to adjust things and create some scaffolding to, as they work through their lessons.
Awesome, thank you.
Yes.
I have a question. So I think it's also a fantastic program. I think anything that foments reading is fantastic. So is this also open to students that have an individual education plan and IEP?
Yes. Yeah, they do have the ability to and actually a lot of our special ed teachers and the caseworkers have continued to support this program because it works with the student. It will take a reading level all the way down to 1st grade level, and it will work with students. There are some students that we're trying to find a different program that are below that level, and there are a few students that are in that range. But yeah, it will work with our students with their IEPs. It will work with students with any of the needs that they have or the challenges that they have. This is a program that will still support them.
So say you have a student who needs to read audiobooks. Can this be converted to audiobooks as well for them to use it that way?
Yeah, it has a lot of capacity to read things back to them. It'll block things out and show them. It's a program that works on their vocab. It works on their reading comprehension, their stamina. So it varies different things. So it's not just you go in and read, but it's reading comprehension, it's vocabulary building, and it's stamina building, and it helps them read at the pace that they need. So it might follow different things, and it can read to them also. Yes?
Hey, Mr. Lyon, one more question. It's a little off topic, but it's like thinking even forward. I was thinking in the future, is Central thinking of piloting for mathematics some type of a similar program out there in terms of getting a foundation level for mathematics and students even doing that independently so they could help even mathematics teachers kind of, instead of having to work with them one-on-one, it's like, hey, these are the foundation levels that they're missing and they can grow from then on. Is that something that's been looked at?
I do know that we are searching for a program that would be similar to this, because there's a lot of programs before that we looked at that didn't give us that. You had to put a lot of effort into it to make it work, and Reading Plus is very easy. The crazy part is that Reading Plus I got from my brother who was up in Northern California. He sent the lady down, and I started talking to her, and I'm like, this is a good program because I knew that it worked at his school. And I'm hoping we'd love to be able to find a math program that could do somewhat similar, because it would help the students kind of work through. And it doesn't require a lot. What we love about this program is a student can access it at any place, and it works at their own pace. And if they improve, it makes it more challenging. And that's something that's hard to do on an individual basis with all our students. And math, I think that's where we're still looking to find a program that would work this way.
Awesome.
So if you know somebody, let us know.
I will. I'll take a look. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Seeing that there's no further questions by our board members, thank you, Principal Lyon, for all the information.
Thank you.
So I think with all the information that we received, and to allow Principal Lyon to catch his breath, we're going to be taking a short 5-minute break, and we'll be having cake and refreshments to the left of me to celebrate our retirees. Please help yourself.
Cake, cookies, whatever. Please take them. Dr. Andrews doesn't want to eat them all tomorrow. Like he's saying, please take them.